In this video, I'm going to be taking you, the owner or manager of a restaurant, through a complete marketing plan using social media combined with in-house in-restaurant marketing that will get you a ton more exposure and a lot more people coming in and eating. What's up? I'm Travis B. Klein, and as you can tell, this video I decided to film outside because it's so nice today on June, I think, 26th. I'm actually not sure what day number it is today, to be honest. But what I do know is that my blow-up friend Bessie will not be making an appearance. That didn't make a ton of sense there. But you are gonna learn a ton about marketing your restaurant on social media and doing things inside your actual restaurant that you can leverage together to help one another out. There's about 7 steps I'm going to take you through. And while it is not easy, you are not going to be spending money on newspaper ads or money on Google AdWords or any of the other traditional things like even the radio or on television. This whole marketing plan is based around doing the work with social media and engaging and interacting with people in your community online and also inside your restaurant. All right, the first step, the number one thing you need to do is decide on one specific person that can be the face, the brand ambassador of your restaurant. What I always suggest for any business is that it's you, the person watching this video, the one that's passionate, the one that wants to learn, the one that's really behind the soul of the restaurant that wants to learn all about the marketing. So if you're the owner, I suggest that you step into these shoes, you fill these shoes. It definitely has to be someone who's really passionate about really building a business and a restaurant and building the clientele and making it the #1 restaurant in whatever it is, whether it's Italian, Japanese, or Chinese food, or whatever type of food it may be. Using all the strategies that I talk about in this video, you will be the #1 restaurant in your community for whatever type of food that you have. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to assume that it's going to be you, the person watching this video, the owner, I assume. So you are the personality. So what does that personality, brand ambassador of the restaurant do? What does that mean? It means a number of things, and I'm gonna go through them, specifically what to do and why it's so beneficial. So number one, you have to be on the website. You have to be on the marketing material, meaning your face, you as a person, they have to see the brand, see the restaurant, and you have to be synonymous with your restaurant. So you're on top of the website, they see you there, you're holding the plates of food, whatever images you have. It's not just random pictures of employees. On all social accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you're up top in the header. So the restaurant might be whatever name it is, but you're there, a full picture of you, maybe just your top half, definitely your face smiling so people can make the connection that when they see the restaurant, they see you, you are the person behind all the social media accounts, the one that's going to be interacting with them on social media. Social media, and this is what a lot of restaurants and, to be honest, all businesses really don't understand. It's a place for people to interact, like at a cocktail party, like I always say. So people want to interact with other people. They don't want to interact with brands. There's no emotional connection. You're not gonna go on social media and have any type of meaningful, emotional connection or interaction or want to engage. They are going to have a connection to talk with, let's say, Sal or Sal Jr. So Sal Jr. might be on the top of the header, and he's definitely going to be on the avatar. So for the profile, it's going to be Sal Jr.'s face. So people know when they're discussing and engaging and talking to the profile that's Sal's Bistro or Sal Jr.'s Bistro, they know it's Sal Jr. that they're talking to. And they know over time that this one specific person is going to be interacting with them. The work that's going to go into it is a lot harder. That's why I have my little work hat here. Put that on real quick. You have to be in the restaurant, greeting the people, letting them know that you are the face of the restaurant. You are the one that's going to talk to them. Let me take off this fucking... You are the one that's going to be talking to them in the restaurant and also engaging with them on the social media accounts, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever that is. They need to see you in the restaurant and know that it's going to be you on the social media accounts when you do start interacting with them on social media, which you will be doing. All right, let's move on to number 2, the actual website of your restaurant. This is brief, but needs to be talked about. Your website needs to be very short, concise, and brief, and very easy for people to tell where to go and where things are once they get there in the first 5 to 7 seconds. This means you need a small website, 4 to 5 pages. That's it. On the home page, the top of the fold, the top 50%, you need to have the hours that you're open, a very easy link where people can click on the menu to see what kind of food you have. You want to have HD images of the top 3 to 4 dishes that you guys have that are the best selling. These are perfect quality images that maybe they cycle through, or maybe they're separate, but they're big, they're vivid, And they're very appealing and appetizing, the kind of pictures that make you kind of hungry. You also want to make sure the brand personality, the one that I just talked about, you yourself, the one watching this video, is visible right away, the top 50% of the website, so they can see you right away. One of the pages, an entertainment page, if you do have entertainment at the restaurant or bar that you own. Another link in the top 50%, a block that they can click, a way to make reservations if you can make reservations at your restaurant. So that's some of the criteria that you have to have. Those are a must. I'm going to show you some of the example sites that I went through the internet, did some research, and these are awesome websites for restaurants. They're very concise, very short, very easy to see. There's not a ton going on, but take a look at those right now. The links are going to be below this video, so click on those links, because there's no right or wrong, black and white way to make a website. It's got to be appealing. It's got to be the colors that you want. It's got to match your brand, match the restaurant feel, the colors inside, all that stuff. But just remember, make it short, concise, not too much stuff going on. And number 3, the next thing that you need that is a must without a doubt is you have to set up a blog on your website domain. So if your domain is like restaurant.com, you would set up your blog on restaurant.com/blog. Very easy to set up a WordPress blog. If you're not sure, you can find somebody on Craigslist that will definitely know how. Don't pay more than a few $100s, maybe $300 to set up your blog so it matches your website. So you set up your blog, and you, the personality, the brand, the personal brand, the brand ambassador, is going to be the one who's posting and updating this blog, nobody else. So you're going to use the blog to tell the story of the restaurant and yourself as a person. You're going to tell the story of what made you want to open the restaurant, what gave you the passion to do it, the passion for food, the passion for people, what made you want to open it up in this location specifically. Do you love the community? Do you love the area? Do you love the weather? Talk about yourself. Talk about what started inside you to make you want to go on this adventure to open the awesome restaurant that you have. Along the exact same lines of telling the story of the past, you want to tell the story of the present and also the future. So you want to tell the story of the present in ways like, did you hire somebody new? Do you have a new dish coming out on Tuesday? Is XYZ band playing this week and so is playing in 2 weeks? Do you have this drink special today? You want to keep things up to date, keep it fresh, keep telling the story of the restaurant. You're going to get people on the blog, they'll comment on the blog, you're going to comment back to them. All these things are going to be happening on the blog. And you need the blog to work with the social accounts that I'm going to talk about in a second, because on the blog is where you're posting, the updates for the events, the entertainment, the foods that you have, the changes of the menu for the season, all these kind of things. And you're going to post the blog updates on your social accounts. So on Facebook, you're going to post the blog updates. People are going to comment. You want them to come to your blog. You want them to see the post on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram and come over to your blog and read the full blog post. So number 4, like I was just talking about, the social media accounts, you want to set up your social accounts and have you, the brand ambassador, the restaurant personality, on every single social media account. The header, the avatars, the profile picture that you see when you're interacting with other people. That's going to be your picture, a picture of your face, so people know that it's you that's interacting and engaging with them on, let's say, Twitter or Facebook. So with social media, you're not just going to be posting your blog updates, hoping that people come over and click. You're going to be engaging and interacting. You're going to be commenting, engaging with a ton of people that are in your community, not just posting things about updates about your blog. So if somebody's posting about food that they love XYZ food and they're cooking at home, you want to jump in that conversation and be like, that's an awesome way to cook it. It looks like super awesome. I cook it this way, but I didn't think about using cumin or whatever it is. Jump in other people's conversations. Very easy to do on Twitter. You can use Twitter search. Get inside your community. The people that are already inside your community are all over Twitter. They're all over Facebook. They're talking with each other. Jump inside those conversations. So number 5, I alluded to it a little bit earlier. You, the brand personality, the one that's at the front of everything, all the media, the one that they see inside the restaurant. You want to be the one greeting them inside the restaurant, not the typical manager inside the restaurant. Remember, you're not the manager of the restaurant. The manager makes sure the busboy is doing his job, everybody shows up on time, the line cooks have all the food they need. You're not the manager. You are the brand personality, the brand ambassador. So you want to be the one greeting them inside the restaurant when they get there, when they're ordering, everything like that. Let them know who you are, what you're doing. So you have to be honest and tell them that you're trying to build, your online exposure through social media, your website. Let them know that you're actively doing this for your restaurant. You're trying to really build the online exposure inside your community that you probably both live in. So engage and interact with them just like you do online. You're doing it inside, and you're telling them as you're talking to them, yeah, well, it's me on the social account. Maybe they have Twitter also. Engage with them, interact with them, see how they're doing, where are they from. You don't have to be the one that says, was the food good? Let me get another this for you. Let the manager handle all that kind of stuff. Really get to know the person, like who they are as people. Why do they like this kind of food? Have they been here before? Why do they keep coming back? Everything like that. Talk with the people, engage with them, get to know them, but even more importantly, let them get to know you. All right, number 6, I know we're getting near the end. It's kind of a longer video than I wanted. I apologize for that. But number 6 is the in-store check-in, which kind of coincides with number 5, what we just talked about with greeting people and interacting with people inside the restaurant. So the in-store check-in, how does that work? You should let them know as you're greeting them and talking with them, and also maybe you want to have a poster on the wall or some type of media that says, you know, check in and you get a free dessert. So whether they're checking in on something like Foursquare, so they're inside your restaurant, check in at Foursquare, or on Facebook, or maybe on Twitter where they're posting on their account, or maybe they're posting on their Facebook account so their friends can see. Whatever it is, you give them an incentive if they check in online that they're inside your restaurant, that you give that party, maybe it's a 4-person party, you give that party a free dessert. You may even decide to do it for each person at the table, so 4 free desserts. Whatever it is, you got to figure out, you know, in terms of money, what you want to do with your restaurant, but definitely do at least 1 free dessert per party. So you are the one that has to do this. It's not something you let a waitress handle or manager or anything like that. It's got to be you that handles it, because you have to go over and interact with them while they're checking in on Facebook. You want them to also like your page, jump in a conversation with them. So as they're doing it, you know their actual profile and you're actually engaging with them, and you say, oh, I see the like, and then you comment, thanks for liking it. It was awesome having you in here. What you need to do is take note of what that person's name was, the people that they were with, whoever checks in on your Facebook page or on your Twitter page, you know, before you give them the dessert, or maybe while they're eating it, maybe after. You want to make sure you remember their names. That means take notes inside your phone or write it down, however you want to take notes. Remember this person's name, what they ate, what they liked. Really take very good notes, because you need to remember, because when you're engaging with them later in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, on that same social account, because you will be engaging. It's not a one and done thing where they got a free dessert and they checked in, it's done. You want to keep up, keep contacting them. How are they doing? Tell them that you have a new special. Maybe if they liked lobster, you have a new lobster special. That's the person that you want to visit their Twitter page and be like, hey, guess what? We just got a new spring special lobster bisque and I think you would love it. And they're going to be like, how does he remember that I even liked lobster? I was there 3 months ago. It's going to be amazing that they know that you remember this. They don't know that you have a whole notebook filled with all this types of information. You're going to stand out to them, and I guarantee you they're going to come in and try that new dish. They're going to bring their friends or family. All right, we're getting near the end. This is number 7. This one's pretty easy to do, but I can guarantee you no restaurants in your area are doing it. I would almost guarantee that. You want to contact local food influencers. These people are all over Instagram, they're on Facebook also, and Twitter. And I'm not talking about the person labeled food critic that works for your local newspaper, which all of like 9.5 people read. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the person on Instagram that has 6,000 followers that are just in your local area. And this person on Instagram, they're posting food images, travel images, things around your community that they go to. You want to find these people by going up to the top portion of Instagram where the search is, type in your local area, maybe it's New Orleans. So you type in New Orleans, and then you find the one scroll down one, which is New Orleans, the location. You click on that location and it's gonna show you a ton of recent Instagram images. So what you do is you scroll through those images and you find the ones that have food in it, maybe travel, maybe it's things that you recognize from your local community that you're in. You click on those images, go over to the person's profile, see how many followers they have, see what the other images on their profile are. And over time, you're gonna start compiling a bunch of these people that have 5,000 followers, maybe 10,000 followers, and they're posting all things food related. So what do you do once you find these people? It's very simple. You jump in, you start engaging with them, talking with them on Instagram. So you're commenting, you know, all their images that they post. Maybe they'll follow you, and then comment some of the images that you're posting inside the restaurant. And after you follow them, get to know what they post about. They've seen you comment their things, they know who you are, they know what the restaurant is. Then maybe you send them an email, whether it's you find their Facebook or you actually send them an actual email if you can find their email address, if they're a blogger. What you do in the email or Facebook message, you invite them to come into your restaurant as your guest. You explain the story inside your email that you're trying to build the online awareness, you're trying to build up your Instagram account, and you can tell that they're very influential. Maybe you can even ask them if they have Instagram tips that they can give you. But in either case, get them in your restaurant and talk to them face to face. Get to know them as a person. You got to know them online on Instagram a little bit. Get them inside the restaurant, talk with them, find out, what they're all about. Maybe you can get them to post some images on Instagram. Maybe even talk to some of her friends about what a great time she had. Remember, this person has a big Instagram account. So anything you can get them to do to get your restaurant more exposure is gonna be awesome. So that's what you do for Instagram influencers. You can definitely get 20, 30, maybe even 50 people inside your local area. Remember, Instagram is huge, it's humongous. You can get a ton of these people coming in and sharing with their 5, 10, 15,000 followers, things that they're eating inside your restaurant, how they liked it, everything like that. All right, that's gonna sum it up, how to boost your online exposure for your restaurant. It's not easy work, like I said, but it is gonna set you levels above any competition that you have, because I can almost guarantee that they're not gonna do these things that I laid out in this video. So I guarantee it will help. It'll get a ton more people inside your restaurant. Like I said, check out the link in the description. The blog post I wrote is a little bit more in depth, contains a little bit more information if you have comments or questions or anything like that. So check out that blog post and also comment the video. I'll answer any questions or concerns or comments, or maybe you think I'm just completely wrong and this is horrible advice and won't work for your restaurant. Whatever it is, comment below. I'll get back to you, engage, we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll even come up with some other ideas. So I'm Travis B. Klein, and I think I'm actually a little bit hungry after talking about food for this long. So when you're meet and greeting them inside your restaurant, this is the fun part. This isn't the online part. This is the part where you can have the party. You want to have them very clizzable. I wish I actually had beer to go in this hat.